It'll rebound, now it didn't. I mean, we're still making money, good money, so.
They were 388 today. Yesterday it bounced up to 498, but I don't think we're gonna see $4 core again.
Yesterday was 498.
398. That was cash price.
He said that, but no.
Okay, you guys can sit down. You should each have a card in front of you, is that correct? And each one of you should have a highlighted, or all the president and vice president should have a highlighted ability in front of you. You'll have 2 minutes to talk about the card. Secretary, you are not allowed to write until the meeting actually starts. When your 2 minutes is up, and you let us know you're ready to go, and you can start your meeting whenever you're ready, President.
Do you guys have any questions for us first?
I want to take the gavel out of your pocket.
Then whenever you start, or flip it over to president, we'll start the clock.
For your 2 minutes.
So it's Kevin Powers on now. Just on the Soldier Farm. I didn't ever tell them about it. I just said it. And this all good. Do you want to try to go? She's back. So I have to call her and see where she goes. I never said anything. It was one of the kids.
Oh no. No, we're still there. Our first, oh, our coin.
We're like, yeah, just go up there and pick each other.
How much I bet he put in the call.
Whatever camera.
Golden Harvest did pretty well.
It was, well, he said that the courtney came over. He tried to get what he could Saturday before it started. This camera said they would do it, you know, but they waited. That problem was they just did that yesterday. So then he tried to get Courtney to do it before the tomorrow. Couldn't get it done.
Okay, that's time.
It was like 2.
We're ready for you.
The meeting room will now come to order. We are holding a meeting of the Smithville FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all the officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel.
Stationed by the door.
Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It's my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to Puerto Rico and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The reporter. The treasurer.
Stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build up our financial savings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the year of court.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever court is growing and FFA members meet.
The student advisor.
Here by the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being elected by the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time, as need arises. I hope that my advice is always based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. The Secretary will call the roll of the members.
There are 8 members and 7 guests, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA membership possess. May we accomplish our duties. I now declare this meeting duly open to the transaction of business or brought to attention any matter which may be properly presented. Due to the nature of this contest, the orders of the day shall go: opening ceremonies, old business, new business, and closing ceremonies. Is there any old business?
Madam Chairman,
Katie.
I move that we take our chapter sponsoring an annual FFA Agriculture Science Fair at the local mall to promote our chapter from the table.
Second.
It's been properly moved by Katie and seconded by Colson that our chapter hold its annual fishing and camping trip to Lake Erie the second week. May I remind you this is not debatable and not amendable and requires a majority vote. All those in favor in taking this motion from the table, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Take from the table passes. We will now have debate on this matter.
Madam Chairman,
Katie.
this is a bad idea because our local mall probably won't let us have that there because there's a lot more going on and wouldn't want us to be in their way of having it.
Madam Chair. Jacob.
The mall is also a fair distance away, and so we would have to supply a bus or some kind of transportation to get all the members and the participants up there, and the mall would probably not let us do this.
Madam Chairman,
Red.
this would be a great way to find out what's going new in the agricultural world.
Is there any more discussion?
I rise to a question of privilege.
Wyatt.
You may take off my jacket.
Due to the nature of this contest, you may not take off your jacket. Privilege denied.
That was a decision of the chair.
Second.
A privilege to appeal the decision of the chair has been called for by Cole and seconded by Wyatt. It requires a 2/3 vote to withdraw the decision of the chair. All those in favor of appealing the decision of the chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
It stands with, the decision of the chair is withheld. We will now go to discussion on the main matter. Is there any more discussion on this matter? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor that our chapter sponsor an annual FFA Agricultural Science Fair at the local mall to promote our chapter, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Is there any old business? Hearing none, we will now proceed to new business. Is there any new business?
Madam Chairman,
Colston.
I move that our FFA reporter develop a website featuring our chapter activities.
Second. It's been properly moved by Colston and seconded by Jacob that our chapter FFA reporter develop a website featuring our chapter activities. May I remind you this is debatable and amendable and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion on this matter?
Madam Chairman.
Colston.
Due to block scheduling, a lot of our second semester members that are in A classes cannot keep up on our schedule and do not know when our meetings is, so this would be a good idea.
Madam Chairman. Jacob.
This would not be a good idea because we already have a Facebook page that we keep up to date with events and different things like that. So this would be a waste of money to pay the website designing place.
Madam Chairman. Cole.
This would be a good idea so that everybody who's looking at our FFA page will be able to see it when we're selling our fruits and barbecue sauce and nuts.
Madam Chairman,
Ren.
this would be a great way to get green hands involved.
Madam Chairman.
Frank.
If we develop a website, we can inform FFA members' parents of events such as national convention and state convention so they can plan their work schedule around that so they can chaperone.
Madam Chairman.
Wyatt.
If we develop a website, we can get our alumni members more involved because they can see what we're doing.
Madam Chairman,
Katie.
although we have a Facebook, it would be a great way to get the people that don't have a Facebook into our FFA activities.
Madam Chairman,
Red.
our reporter is already very busy working on the scrapbook, and I'm not sure if she'd have time to make this website.
Is there more discussion on this matter?
Madam Chairman,
Colston.
I move to withdraw my motion.
A motion to withdraw has been called for. As long as there's no objection, the motion will stand withdrawn. Hearing none, the motion is withdrawn. Is there any new business?
Madam Chairman.
Frank.
I move that our chapter raffle a side of beef as a fundraiser and donate the money to our local children's hospital.
Second that.
It's been properly presented by Frank and seconded by Colston that our chapter raffle a side of beef as a fundraiser and donate the money to our local children's hospital. May I remind you this is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion on this matter?
Madam Chairman.
Frank.
By donating the money to the local children's hospital, we'll be able to get our FFA chapter's name and out there so that people will know that we are doing things in the community.
Madam Chairman.
Madam Vice President, to assume the duties of the chair, provide discussion on this matter.
I do.
With this gavel, I give you the duties of the chair.
Alyssa.
This would be a great fundraiser for the local children's hospital because I know they need tons of money now at this time, and I'm sure the alumni would love to donate the side of the beef.
Madam Chairman.
Jacob.
This would be a great idea because Mrs. Adderhall and myself and my family raise beef, so we could easily have either one of us donate a side of beef.
Madam Chairman,
Cole.
this would be a good way to get FFA members their community service to earn their green hands or state degrees.
Madam Chairman,
Wyatt.
this would be a great way to get our chapter's name out into the community.
Madam Chairman.
Jacob.
I move to refer this motion to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair, with the power to act and to come back to us at our next meeting on January 1st, 7 p.m. in the Ag Room.
Second.
It has been moved by Jacob and seconded by Colston that our chapter, that this is referred to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair with the committee with the power to act at our next meeting on January 1st, 7 o'clock in the Ag Room. This is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion on this matter?
Madam Chairman.
Jacob.
We should refer this to a committee because they could look more into it and maybe go to Mrs. Adderhall or my family and ask them, or maybe if one of us says no, they could also go to somebody else locally that raises beef and find out if we could even get a side of beef.
Madam Chairman,
Alyssa.
we could also give this to a committee because we don't know which local hospital needs the most money. So if we refer this to a committee, we can also figure out which hospital needs the money.
Madam Chairman,
Wyatt.
we have enough information on this topic, so we do not need to refer to the committee.
Madam Chairman,
Frank.
by referring this to committee, they could also find out if we could raffle off more products of Jacob's farm or Mrs. Adderhall's farm so we could donate more money.
Is there any more discussion on this matter? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of referring this to a committee of 3, appointed by the chair at January 1st in the Ag Room, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes. Is there any new business?
Madam Chairman.
Chairman. Jacob.
I move that our chapter holds annual fishing and camping trip to Lake Erie the second week of July.
Second.
It has been moved by Jacob and seconded by Colston that our chapter hold its annual fishing and camping trip to Lake Erie the second week in July. Let me remind you that this is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion on this matter?
Madam Chairman.
Jacob.
This would be a great way to get to know the upcoming Green Hand, and maybe even we could even invite the alumni to come up for a day or maybe even 2 and share this experience with us.
Madam Chairman,
Cole.
this would be a bad idea because most families are going on vacations for the 4th of July.
Madam Chairman.
Katie.
To add on to what Cole said, my family is actually going on vacation the second week of July, so this wouldn't work for me. And I'd really enjoy to go to the annual fishing and camping trip.
Madam Chairman.
Frank.
I move that we recess for 2 minutes.
Second.
It has been moved by Frank and seconded by Wyatt that we recess for 2 minutes. This is not debatable, it is amendable to time only, it requires a majority vote. Is there any amendments? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of recessing for 2 minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Motion fails. We will now proceed on with the main motion. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman.
Wyatt.
I move to postpone this motion definitely to January 1st at 7 o'clock in the Ag Room.
Second.
It's been moved by Wyatt and seconded by Jacob that we postpone this motion definitely. This motion is debatable, amendable to time only, and requires a majority vote. Is there any amendments? Hearing none, is there any discussion?
Madam Chairman,
Why?
summer's a long time away, so we don't need to talk about it now. We should postpone it to our January meeting.
Madam Chairman,
Cool.
by talking to it now, our families would be able to schedule around this fishing trip.
Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor to postpone this motion indefinitely to our January 1st meeting at 7 o'clock in the ad room, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Motion fails. We will now go on to discussion on the main motion.
Madam Chairman.
Madam Chair.
Alyssa.
Officer training is over this week, so I don't think I'll be able to come back from officer training and go right to a meeting. I will be so unprepared for this meeting.
Madam Chairman,
Colston.
we could also invite other schools like Westholm and RG Drake that we had a lot of fun on National Convention with.
Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, we will now proceed to vote. All those in favor of that our chapter hold an annual fishing and camping trip to Lake Erie the second week of July, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes. Is there any more discussion? Is there any more business?
Madam Chairman,
Alyssa.
I move that we have a pizza party for our fruit sales.
Second.
It's been moved by Alyssa and seconded by Colston that our chapter hold a pizza party. Let me remind you that this is debatable, amendable, and requires a majority vote. Is there any discussion on this matter?
Madam Chairman,
Alyssa?
I think this is a good idea because we have had such an excess. We've made $10,000 and we're going to a $15,000 range. So we have to reward our kids for selling so much fruit somehow.
Madam Chairman,
Colston?
we can invite the alumni and show them our progress we have made on fruit sales also. I move to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Colston and seconded by Jacob to adjourn this meeting. This is not debatable or amendable and requires a majority vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Secretary, do you have any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Madam Vice President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of the Smithville FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is adjourned.